Jared, Lainey, and Emily, and we're going to talk to you about implementing a pay-as-you-pay program in the town of Gilbert. So as of right now, Gilbert has a flat fee system that's usually lumped in with their water and utility bill, and they have two different kind of containers that they can pay different prices for. There are weekly recycling and trash services. They get it hauled away to the landfill or the recycling center. And as of 2012, the diversion rate of reusable recyclable waste from landfills to recycling centers was at about 20%. So even though the town of Gilbert has the proper infrastructure for this recycling, they don't really have the incentives that residents will respond to so that recycling rates will have a substantial impact on the waste stream. As of right now, everybody's kind of under the impression that when you throw something in the garbage, it gets thrown away. But we all know that doesn't happen. It goes to a landfill. There's a lot of negative social and environmental and even economic consequences to that. Failure to recycle means the landfills are growing, reaches contaminating groundwater, and social justice issues persist because typically landfills are located near low-income minority neighborhoods. Locally, emissions from these landfills contribute to the pollution and global climate change. And while Maricopa County may be able to absorb all of the waste costs, the cost of building out of these landfills to expand to absorb all this waste could be considerable, and this could incentivize the town of Gilbert to implement this program further. So the easiest thing to do, what should we do? The easiest thing to do would be to increase recycling. But this is difficult to do because people are so used to mindlessly throwing things in the trash, they don't want to take the extra 10 seconds. Is this recyclable? Is it not? So what we need to do is provide better external prompts to encourage people to think about recycling and follow through with it. Our answer to these external prompts is the pay-as-you-throw program, which does exactly that. It creates an economic incentive to change human behavior. And this program has the potential to increase the rate of recycling up to 32 to 59%. But the success of a program like this would rely on the cooperation of Gilbert municipal governance to decide and design a fee structure, residents of the town to support and participate, and waste management to tailor its collection methods to fit the needs of the program. I'm going to turn it over to Emily, who's going to talk about options in terms of how we can incorporate this.
So the methods we used were several case studies, and I'm sorry, that's a typo. It's supposed to be 3 separate types of pay-as-you-throw systems. Those systems all have a variation to them, but for the sake of time, we're just going to simply go through them. And we also felt that it was really important to get the Gilbert residents on board and let them be in on it early in the game, let them have a good understanding and have their opinion out. So we surveyed 100 Gilbert single-family home residents and asked them 8 questions regarding their habits and beliefs about solid waste and recycling. So the first method is the container system. Usually they provide 2 to 5 different sizes of containers, and of course the bigger container you get, the more it costs. So some of the pros to this system is specifically to Gilbert. It would be an easier transition to implement this program because it's closer to their current structure. Also, it's logistically better in suburban areas, and there is revenue stability in this. And I'll go over the cons a little better in a few slides. So the bag system requires residents to purchase officially marked bags from a local store. Usually they charge a small flat fee plus the cost for the bag. And so one good thing about this program is that it was shown to usually have a higher increase of the rate of recycling than the container system. Also, it tended to have a lower cost of administration. And also there were the smaller incremental prices meant more flexibility to fit the individual needs. And just to quickly go through that, the more opportunities to spend means more opportunities to save. So the bag system is the small incremental, more opportunities to save. The container is the bigger jumps, the less frequent opportunities to save. So downsides of the bag system is sometimes there was lack of support to carry the bags in chain stores. A lot of times it was hard to get like Home Depot or Walmart to be on board with it. Also, some cities ran out big influx of bags that would be needed for the implementation. Also, you need different kinds of trucks, and you need more manpower for each truck to physically move the bags into the truck. And also, trash would have to be picked up more frequently, and no one wants to see their trash bags on the side of the road or on the side of the house being piled up. So that needs to be definitely more frequent. The tag and sticker program is very similar to the bag program, but instead of buying your marker bag, you have the sticker that you affix to the bag, and sometimes containers. We've seen upwards of $3 or more for each one, and it's often used in a two-tiered system like in the bag program. Similar pros, but also residents can buy their own bags. Sometimes tags might not hold up in bad weather. Also, there's not consistent revenue for that. Some people might buy a bulk at one time and then wait a while to purchase others. And then there's also the need for different trucks and more manpower, etc.
All right, guys, so here's a survey we conducted of 100 Gilbert residents. We basically all went out, we were tasked to take surveys of between 15, 25 people, and then I said, please give us all this data, being a little economist I am, and I'll put this together, we'll make some fun pie charts and such. So, yes, of 100 Gilbert residents, we had a 51% female ratio, so that's good, no gender bias, right? Then we have a nice 38.6% who have a bachelor's degree or higher, so 38.6% of the people we talked to had a bachelor's degree or higher. That's that lovely little, see, I wish I could point the green and the little purple chunk, that's like 33%, and that's pretty cool because that came out to be almost identical to the actual Gilbert census data. They got a 38.3%, and ours was 38.6%, so I thought that was really cool. So right off the bat, I was starting to get excited when our numbers started fitting with these like real logistic curves with the actual city. And then after that, 61% of those we surveyed reported a yearly income between $25,000 and $75,000. Sounds like a big gap, but the median income is around $30,000 to $40,000. And when you have these two large red chunks making that 66%, I think it's a reasonable assumption to say we nailed the median on residential income. All right, so with that, well, I guess we got one more little form of validation on our surveys here. So up here, this is our age curve. So we have our 100 residents and then their age as follows. So you can see that the slope starts kind of a little steeper, flattens out, and then gets a little steeper again. So that basically tells us that our median age range is going to be between around 25 and about 60-ish. Think so? So yeah, we had a big turnout in those who recycled. 93% of the surveys we got, the people said that they recycled. That's huge compared to the national average, which is around 70 to 77%. 96% of those who we surveyed also said that they would support recycling in public schools. That's good because that already is there. 16% of those who we surveyed never or rarely filled their containers. At first, I was kind of shocked. It seemed like a lot of people are filling their containers all the time, but actually it makes sense. That means the cost is meeting the benefit. People are actually using pretty much the most of what they're paying for. So, with what was working, I wanted to see where can we improve? What were the problems with our survey? What outcome variables didn't fit with the paid program? So 68% of those we surveyed had no clue how much they paid a month for trash. And honestly, I think that number is probably closer to 80% because the ranges in what people thought they were paying for trash a month were between $0 a month, which is not real, and $150 a month, which is not really either, unless you're like a farmer. And yeah, so 51% of those we surveyed would pay more for excess trash. This was kind of a problem with the paid program because that's kind of the fundamental basis. If you waste more, will you pay more for that extra bag? Luckily though, when I started speaking to Emily, we figured this question might have some bias in it. We're telling people they're going to be paying more. We're almost ensuring that there's going to be future increase in their costs. So after that, I kind of tried to discount that statistic a little more, but still it's interesting to see about half of the people would straight up just pay more if they use more. Then 97% of those we surveyed had not heard of pay-as-you-throw, yet 91% of the Gilbert population was ready to be invested in paid or was interested in paid. So what does that tell us about the population? Basically, that means citizens are ready to try a new waste disposal system. There's obviously a lack of satisfaction there. When they have no idea, when there's 97% who don't know what pay-as-you-throw is, but 91% will still have it for their new municipal disposal system, what does that tell you about what's currently going on? And then also, so the possibility of reducing mixed waste production does still exist. That's pretty much the foundation of like the pay-as-you-throw program. We're going to try to create those little incentives, those little vertical leaps that Emily was pointing out earlier. Citizens do not know how much they pay for disposal services. I'm talking to you guys about that when people were telling me, yeah, I pay $0, it's cool. And of course, larger samples are going to make for more accurate data. So if we were to take this pay-as-you-throw program further, I would definitely recommend going through a similar survey to this, but this time with not 5 college students. Maybe like have some people who like get paid, go out and find some real logistics, some real numbers. Because I mean, just looking at this, it's kind of impressive to see like how close and how correlated we got some of these numbers. Yes, so what do we hope to find with our future survey? We need to find people's willingness to pay. That's one of the most difficult statistics to find because people are unwilling to reveal their willingness to pay because they're in search for a better deal all the time. And then the difference in cost of alternative waste disposal methods. So what's the difference between the prices in the different pay methods?
So the pay-as-you-throw system that we recommend to Gilbert would be the container system. Because we decided that even though it doesn't divert as much waste into the landfill, as a better tax system, we thought it was a better choice specifically for Gilbert. Due to the more conservative demographics of the town, there would be less opposition to switch from the current flat rate system. The other systems would require more expensive and more overt change, making them less receptive to the benefits of the program. We also think it's important to address how composting services would be implemented in the program. So one survey taker was very interested in the program, but he actually didn't want it to be implemented because he has a lot of like yard waste trimmings and things that he would be paying for. So here is a current utility bill. And as you can see, the bill is itemized. In our survey, most people did not know how much they paid for their refuse. Some people may even find that their trash bill is a drop in the bucket. How do we get them to feel the pull economically to get a smaller container? The current 65 and 96 gallon containers should cost more under this program than they currently do. And the new smaller containers need to cost less. We also suggest that if residents decide in the future that they wanted to shift to a smaller can, they can do so without any extra costs. Conversely though, if they do wish to go up, there will be a fee. We also recommend using the bills as advertising to get people who want smaller bins, something like this. While conducting the survey in Gilbert, many residents were confused when we described the program. The mention of externalizing costs was perceived as being charged more every month. So the survey made us confront the fact that for the public to follow a newly implemented system, it must be explained in simple, irrefutable terms. In order to properly implement the program and avoid confusion, it must be broken down completely so it's super easy to understand. The City of Gilbert, Colorado does a great job with this. We also recommend giving another name to the program, like Bag It and Tag It or something, just because the mention of pay-as-you-throw kind of gets them to think that maybe they're paying a little bit more. We also, in order to make our world more sustainable, norms must shift. So changing one norm at a time, like implementing the pay-as-you-throw program, is one of those steps. The program will get the public to really contemplate what happens to the waste that they produce and how much of an impact landfills have on the environment. So ideally, this would get consumers to think about being more conscious about what they buy in the first place. So environmentally speaking, the pay-as-you-throw program extends the lifespan of a landfill and reduces greenhouse gas emissions. According to the EPA pay-as-you-throw publication, if 200 more communities did pay-as-you-throw and lowered their output of landfill waste by 20%, it would be equivalent of taking 2.8 million cars off the road for a year. In terms of economic values, many of these studies we came across actually had municipal savings. So we contacted Wilmington, North Carolina, who currently participates in the pay-as-you-throw program, and they told us that last month they saved $38,000 compared to the former system. And lastly, the nature of the program is inherently just, and it also kind of calls for social capital.
there's also obviously big issues that can arise with implementing a new program like this. A big one that keeps arising is illegal diversion of trash, and so illegal diverting or dumping. And we actually had a study that showed that the problem wasn't as big as initially anticipated by cities that have implemented this program. So that's promising, but we still wanted to provide some solutions just in case this were to arise. So we're thinking strict fines and regulations for that. We actually came up, we could use a smartphone app so residents could report easily if this was happening. We have to encourage business owners to lock up their trash cans so community members weren't using them, and so forth. We also talk a lot about education and how that changes norms in this class, and so we really want to implement these concerns through education and advertising. So we read that you guys currently have recycling contamination curriculum and education, but you lack manpower basically and volunteers. And so we want to invite you to ask us to come teach students of the school sustainability. I know me and my group members would be more than happy to come help with that. Another idea we came up with was collaborating with other cities and contributors to, I don't know if you guys remember it, but there was a campaign that started here in Arizona, Water Use It Wisely, and it was very successful and reached a broad audience, so we thought that going through advertising would help people understand why recycling and why reducing the waste is so important. We obviously, can't predict all foresaw barriers, but we just, tackle them as we move along through the program. It's always a work in progress, I guess we should keep that in mind. So,
Thanks, Kurt.
But when you mentioned, we had a good grasp of the three different or several different types of waste ecosystems that can be there, not just one. You mentioned bags, and you talked about the different types of bags. In Arizona, we have what are called automated side loaders. That's all we have. We don't have a East Coast where people still pick up bags by hand. So I'm wondering, did you guys consider that, or did you think about that? How would that set back?
That's why we thought that the container system was better, because you have to get a whole new fleet of trucks, and then you have to add another man to each truck to get them in. So it was just more expensive, and then it was so different than the one now. We thought people might be against it because it's more obvious of change.
Right. Yeah, that's good. You guys came to a lot of conclusions that we have come to already, so I think that's great. That's great. No, that's not a bad thing.
Okay.
That's great. I mean, you guys are kids that don't have any experience doing this at all, and just to find that we've come to some of the conclusions with some new information, of course, but I think that's great to be come from a classroom and say, well, we did this and we decided on this, the cans because of this. That's great that you considered all that stuff.